So tonight we are going to consider two data types, which are tuple and sets. Let me write them out. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Welcome.
Okay. So we want to consider two data types tonight, tuple and sets. Let's discuss what these two data types are about. Like your lists and dictionary, the two of them are used to keep a lot of items. Both this list and dictionary, they are used to keep multiple items. The same way
I
also.
can't see your screen. You only me.
Oh, let me share my. Oh, sorry. Can you see my screen now, man?
Yes. Thank you.
So, like list and dictionary, tuple and set, both of them are also used to keep multiple items, just like these two. Let's not talk about them deeper. Let's pick the first one, tuple. Tuple is used to store items, but you can't change the items in a tuple. For instance, let me create a tuple. Let's say I have students. If I want it to be a tuple, it's going to be like this. The first student, sorry, the second student, kind of the third student. So this parenthesis tells Python that this should be a tuple. And after creating a tuple, I can't change it again. Meaning I can't add more to this and I can't remove from it. So a tuple is unchangeable. After creating it, we can't add to it, we can't remove from it. It's like a constant. So we can't add to it. But then, just like your list, you can say, maybe you can check this is at index 0, this is at index 1, this is at index 2. So I can say print students index 0 and this will print time. Let's run it out. Let's run it. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I didn't comment this part out. So let's run it again. By this at index 0. So if I say index 1, this will be Ken grind it. So just like your list, this is this is at index 0, this is at index 1, this is at index 2, but we can't change it. In fact, that's the major thing about a tuple. Then when you have, let's say we have a single item in this tuple like this. This is just a single item, and we try to do something like this. Print students index 0. Let's try to do this and see the results together. Now it's giving us T. The reason is this: whenever you have just a single item in your tuple, it's going to treat it as ordinary string. When your tuple has just a single item like this, it will treat it as ordinary, meaning that it's saying it as this. Remember I told us in our last class that a string is a list of characters. A string is so if you say students index 0, that is T. Students index 1, that is A. Student index 2, that is Y. Student index 3, that is E. So if it's just a single item, it's saying it as an ordinary string like this. So what we can do is we just put a comma here. So whenever your tuple has just one item, just put a comma so that Python will know that this is a tuple and not a string. Do you understand?
Yes.
Ma? I can't hear you, ma.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we proceed?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So we can also check the number of items in our tuple by saying len, then the name of the tuple. So if we say len, this has just one item, so this will give us 1. So this tells us the number of items in the tuple. 1. So I think these are the major things about tuple. So whenever you have you have list of items, but you don't want it to be changeable, maybe you don't want to mistakenly change it, then you make it a tuple. Let's go to the next one, which is a set. A set. Now, the major let's do it. We've done tuple. Let's look at sets. Python set. The major thing about a set is this. A set, it looks like a dictionary, but it's not actually a dictionary. Let's say again names, or let me use students again, since we used students the other time, so that we can compare the two of them together. Now remember, for tuple we created the students like this: Taye, Kende, Ido. But for sets, we are going to remove this and change it to curly braces. Remember, we also use curly braces for dictionary. We use curly braces for dictionary. But the difference is that this is not key value pair. For dictionary, it was like a key value pair, something like this, maybe name. Sorry. It was a key value pair, a key and a value. This will also have a key and a value. This will also have a key and a value. But when you are dealing with sets, you just put the value there without adding any key. So this is a set. And also, there's something about sets. You can't repeat items in a set. Meaning that since Taye is here, I can't write another Taye here. I can't. If I had this, if you only see one of them and not the two, it will just see one of them and not the two. If you want to check the number of items in a set, you just use the len, point, len, students. This is going to tell us the number of items in this set. 3. So now the reason you have to do this is because it's not saying the second. Let me close this. That's coming up. It's not saying the second Taye here. Since you already have one Taye here. Do we understand? Yes, are we together?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So that's what is going on. Then next is this. If I want to check the index 0, let me put it this way. When you have a set like this, Python will not arrange it like this. Python arranges it in not in order. In fact, you can check this set and you will see Kenya at the beginning. You might see the word at the beginning. It just scatters them. It scatters them. The fact that this is here does not mean that it's at index 0. When I check index 0, I may not see Taye, I may see Kehinde, I may see Ido. Any of them can be at index 0. It just orders them at random. Do we understand? Let's say students, index 0. Okay, it's not even allowing us. It's not even allowing us to do that. But one thing we have to know about set is that set like this, it arranges them at random, not in this order. The fact that this is there does not mean that it is at index 0. So if I want to check if Kehinde is there, I can just say print Kehinde, sorry, in students. This is going to check if there is Kehinde in this set. But please note, order does not matter when you are dealing with sets. So, but if there is no, let me say Tuple in set, and that will give us first. First is not there. So that's how you check. But also, all of these things that I've talked about, the list, the dictionary, the set, and the tuple, they are all iterable. We can iterate over it. I can say for x in students, print x. So this will print Taye, Kehinde, Idowu. Good. Do we notice that Kehinde is the first thing here? Are we together? Please, are we together?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
listening.
So do we notice that Kehinde is the first thing here, even though Taye is the first here? A set arranges its items at random. If I run it again, I might see Idowu as the first. Anyone can just be at the beginning. It just arranges them at random. So that is a set, but all of them are iterable. We can iterate over them. We can only look like this and iterate over them. Remember I said that in our last class, when you are using a for loop, it's expecting an iterable here. So that is a Python set. Any question before we talk about our assignments?
I didn't get the first part.
Ma?
The first part, the explanation of the first part. I didn't get it.
I can't tell you, man.
The explanation of the first part.
Okay.
I didn't get it well because the network was really not valid.
Okay, let me explain this again. A set in Python is denoted using curly braces, making it similar to dictionary. But what differentiates a set from a dictionary is that a set does not have key. Remember in our last class when we discussed dictionary, we talked about key value pair. Good, I think this is an example of a dictionary. This is a key and this is the value. This is a key and this is the value. This is a key and this is the value. Let me uncomment this part. So key, value, key, value, key, value. A set on the other hand does not have keys. It only has values. These are just values. Then number 2, in Python, is a Python set does not or cannot have repetitive values. Once I have a value here, since I have Kehinde here, I can't have Kehinde again. I can't. You can't have repetitive values. That's something about sets. It's going to, once you are repeating a value, it will just ignore it. Then I also said that a set arranges its content. You said?
I said I'm with you.
Okay. Then a set arranges its content at random. Meaning that the fact that this is Z does not mean that it is at index 0. At any point in time, any of them can be here. So it arranges its content at random, and that's why you can't have repetitive values, because it's going to be confusing. Imagine if I have another tire here. Look at something. So since it's going to scatter them, how then do I differentiate this tire from this tire? So that's why you can't have repetitive values, because a set arranges its content at random. So, and I also explained that all of the four, a set, a list, a dictionary, and a tuple, they are iterable. You can iterate over them, and this is an example. We are iterating over these sets. I think before now, if you are using a lower version of Python, I think you may not be able to iterate over a dictionary. You may not be able to. Maybe version 3 point something downwards. If you are using a lower version of Python, you may not be able to iterate over a dictionary. But you should be able to iterate over others. But with the recent version, we can iterate over 4 of them. You can only look like this. Over 4 of them. So this is for x in student, and we have print x. So it's going to, x will first be the first value here. It's going to print it. Then x becomes the second value. It's going to print it. Then x becomes the third value. It's going to print it. But I explained that, I said x is going to be the first value, but the first value here is not actually Taye, because it arranges its content at random. So it may not be Taye. It can be anything else. It may be Kende. It may be Idowu. It may be any of them. So when you run this, we have Taye, Idowu, Kende. Even though we actually wrote Taye, Kende, Idowu, this has Taye, Idowu, Kende because it arranges its content at random. Any question on set?
It's clear.
Okay. So I think we are done with the 4 data types now. And I want us to stop here now. A lot of us are not here, 1. Then 2, I want to go to a new topic entirely. So I don't want to mix this up with the current one. It's a topic I would like us to treat carefully. That is class, Python class. Classes in Python. It's something I want us to treat carefully. So we are going to dedicate a whole class for it. And I think this is, since you understand, okay, let's talk about our assignments. About our last assignment. Greatness TT, I've already heard from Olamide at the beginning of the class, before we started the class, like before others joined. And Sister Sheyi, Greatness TT, please, can we hear me? What's it? Do we have any issue with the assignment, or have we completed it? Are we stuck? If we are stuck, where? How can we be of help? What can we do? And that's what I'm asking. Of course, we are going to check the assignment very well on Wednesday, but I'm asking if you are stuck at any point, or if you have completed it. If you have completed it, okay, wow, we'd like to see it. Are we together? Let me stop recording at this point.
Yes.
Okay.